7 o'clock. I'll call the Carbondale City Council meeting to order. First for tonight, we're going to stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, we'll have a discussion of the meeting minutes from June 15th, 2026.
Looks like under maintenance on the street bids, it just says pro seal bid was 48,000, etc. It doesn't say anything about the approval for Kansas.
So with that, we need to add, what was the name of that company?
Pro seal.
Not the,
Kansas Asphalt.
Kansas Asphalt.
Looks like Hank made the motion and Moore seconded it.
Okay. So it needs to be added into the minutes. Obviously with the totals.
35,830.
Yep, there it is, sorry.
I think that's all I see.
Anybody have anything else yet?
There's just a one typo error on maintenance as well. The one where it says motion by Hank, purchase 12-foot gangway from Cannon Fabrication, and we about needs the amount, I'm not sure about. So that's all I see.
Move we approve the council meeting minutes from June 15th, 2026 with corrections.
Second.
Motion been made by Ron, and a second by John. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All in favor, motion carried. Next, do we have anybody on public comments
That
tonight?
date's not right, it's July
I was
20th.
like, shouldn't have been July,
July 20th.
Oh, so with July
not
20.
June.
Does that need a corrected motion?
No,
Just go with the corrections, okay.
Yeah.
Was there any public comments? Anybody?
No.
Looks like we've got an executive session for non-elected personnel. Do we know how long we need or?
This one will be the chief's first one.
Okay.
Or you can do the interview first, it doesn't make a difference. Which executive session do you want first?
It doesn't matter, I'll leave that up to the council. We just need to go over a couple things, with some personnel and then, or former, and then, like I said, we do have a chief candidate in tonight that I spoke about last time.
Okay. Do we want to start out with the interview or go over the
Yeah, let's do the interview first, that way he knows he can leave.
How long do you think we'll need for the interview?
I wouldn't wanna rush yourselves. I can give yourself at least 20 minutes, 25 or longer.
More than that, I'm a talker.
Yeah, so I mean, if you really wanna get into the brass tacks of
I'd say
things.
30.
30?
No, I'm here till 7:45.
Okay. That shows enough time for you to be part of both. Okay. If somebody wants to make a motion or move for a 30-minute executive session.
I don't have my readout.
Um,
I move we recessed into, or go into executive session for 30 minutes pursuant to non-elected personnel matters. Pursuant to Kansas 75-4319B1. For an interview
Who to attend?
with council and the interviewee and
Chief.
chief
Chief Attorney and
and the
Mayor
attorney and Emily.
and myself.
And I said full council,
He's the mayor.
mayor.
Second.
Motion's been made by John, seconded by Ron. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All in favor, motion to recess.
Are you guys staying in here or are you going in there?
It probably.
Is it just gonna be the regular body one?
Oh, she got-
Yeah.
And then
She's on the camera.
Okay, you're good.
We'll open back up to the Carbondale City Council meeting.
We're in executive session for 30 minutes. I'm gonna step away. I move the city council to recess into executive session to discuss and non-elected personnel pursuant to the non-elected personnel matter exemption KSA 75-4319B1. The open meeting will resume in the city council room at 7:42 to include the city council, mayor, city attorney, city clerk, and chief of police.
Motion been made by Ron,
Second.
second by John. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Chief, do you mind grabbing that door?
Yes, sir.
I think, we're gonna open back up into the Carbondale City
Just the
Council
council
meeting.
room though.
We're in executive session for 5 minutes, notice.
Um, At this time, I think no action's being made on the interview. Um, What, that is? Here's our crickets tonight.
What?
I said, is that it? Just no
Uh-huh.
action on that?
Yeah, no action on
Okay.
that one, and then, I believe chief needs another executive session.
How long were you needing for that?
I think we can do that in about 10 minutes, is
10 minutes?
see how to kind of roll that up, so.
So we let's make a motion for a 10-minute executive session for chief.
I move the city council to recess into executive session for non-employee.
Non-elected person.
Like,
Who do you want in that?
Just be the council, the attorney and, mayor.
Okay.
And, you know, the city clerk could be in there because I think she'll have some input on.
alright, I move the city council to recess into executive session to discuss non-elected personnel. Pursuant to the non-elected personnel matter exemption KSA 75-4319B1, the open meeting will resume in the city council room at, what is that?
55.
7:55. To include the city council, the mayor, city attorney, chief police, and, city clerk.
Motion's been made.
Second.
Motion been made by Ron, second by John. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All in favor? Motion carried to recess.
Sorry to bring you in last time, just to kick you back out, but I think
That's okay.
That's why.
I've been trying. Going live, right? We're live?
Yeah.
About, now back up into the Carbondale City Council meeting.
An executive session.
10 minutes.
10 minutes of decision making.
Alrighty. Next, we've got JEO.
I put a printout in the packet from JEO. This is on the Main Street project.
So they have this?
No, they have the one on letterhead. Yeah, where we put.
Oh, okay. Do you want to take them or you want me to?
Do you have like the one?
Let's get our.
Okay.
Thank you. Just extra one. Okay, good evening, Mr. Mayor,
Hello.
council members, so good to see you again. What Emily is handing out is just kind of a decision tree to help the discussion tonight. And I'll wait till everybody gets one and has a minute to look at it before I keep talking.
How you doing, Sasha?
I've been well.
Sasha, right?
Apologies, yeah, I'm Sasha Hahn with the Consulting Group. Good call, I should have done that first. Give everybody just a little minute. So, you guys are aware that a few weeks ago, a crew of us from JO came down and met with Emily and Dustin and a couple of council members, and we looked at Main Street and primarily the stormwater, issues, the storm drain issues and what's going on there. We talked generally about the entire street and some ADA concerns in terms of accessibility of the sidewalks. We also looked at the building up on that the city purchased, but that's a conversation for another night, because we got a lot on our plate tonight for this conversation. So we took the information that we gathered in the field when we were on site back to the shop, and we first went to our grant team and said, hey, funding folks, what funding opportunities are there for the city of Carbondale for this project? Because we know it'd be costly, whether you just address the stormwater issues or if you were to consider like a whole corridor rehab, street, sidewalks, and storm drainage. So our funding team did identify a couple of funding sources, and we shared that information with Emily, and I believe, and you all have it on the one document with our letterhead or our logo on the top. So that talks about the Kansas Water Office Grant Program, as well as KDOT's cost share program. So the Water Office programming would be an opportunity for us to apply for funding to just address the stormwater and the drainage issues and the collapsing storm sewers basically that you have here on Main Street. So that would be restricted to the drainage. The KDOT cost share is an opportunity for us to apply for a more complete corridor rehabilitation, but there are some pieces of that we have to work through. So we understand that the county owns the street and the city owns the storm drainage and the sidewalks adjacent to it. So in order to rehab your Main Street, like we're talking about using this cost share program, we would need to enter into a partnership with the county, because they would have to come to the table and be part of that conversation because they own the street. But that is a completely doable conversation from our perspective. You guys will need to weigh in on that. But our funding team tells us that partnership in an application would score very, very well. And another thing to consider, if the county is open to something like that, it could also relieve some of the burden of a local match for you all to be responsible for. So although the numbers would be bigger because we're talking about more stuff, right, that we'd be fixing, you potentially have a partner that would be at the table with you for that. undertaking. So this little document here that we put together just to help, like I said, guide the discussion tonight, kind of walks through the decision points that we see that you all have from our perspective. And so that first decision point is the city want to focus on just addressing the storm drainage infrastructure that is owned by the city? Or are you interested in a more comprehensive corridor rehabilitation of your Main Street sections right here in the downtown? And you're right, I know that's a big, those are big questions, but that's kind of the first question that we need to answer in order to then figure out which funding opportunity would be a right fit for the project.
So the partnership one, would that help with the handicap and the step up to the sidewalk, all of that?
So
correct?
yes, ma'am, if we pursued that cost share program, what we think would be eligible under that program would be the street, the storm drainage, and the sidewalk. So an ADA accessible is the standard, so what got constructed there and covered by, if we were awarded a grant, would include sidewalks, yes.
So that's the full comprehensive corridor.
Yeah, kind of
Fancy words.
building face to building face, right, and then the limits would be something we'd have to explore with Shawnee, or I'm sorry, not Shawnee County, Osage County, Osage Franklin.
Osage.
Osage County. And if they're open to that, then yeah, that's the big rehab. While you're thinking about that, I guess another thing I'll put out there just for awareness, the deadlines for both of these grant applications are right around the corner. So the likelihood that we could be prepared with a good, solid project cost estimate is pretty slim. So I don't want to give you false hope that we could go do an application this year and get it funding by December. That's probably not realistic. We're probably looking at the 2027 funding cycle for either grant program so that we can have you all well prepared and have a really solid grant application. So with that out there, we won't be able to fix it this year. But we do think that there's some potential with both of those funding streams. Another piece of information while you're kind of considering the decisions that you have to make. So from our experience with that cost share program, that's one that you really kind of have to apply multiple years in a row before you get awarded is what we're seeing. And the other experience that our funding team has shared with us is that the more a local government is willing to put up for a match, only 15% local match is required by that KDOT cost share program. But the bigger you can make that percentage, the higher your odds are for selection, which makes sense, right? The state's trying to stretch their money as far as they can to. So those are kind of some things to think about.
What would be the split? Cause I mean, this would be a joint project between us and the county, so what would be the split as far as percentage, what is our responsibility to that match versus what the responsibility of the county? Is it a 50-50?
So those
60-40?
Those are really good questions, and I think before we can come up with a good recommendation for you, we need to have a better understanding of the cost of everything, right? Because on its face, it would be easy for me to stand up here and say, well, the county's responsible for the road, but I don't have any idea what those numbers attach to, what's the road cost, what's the sidewalk cost, and what's the stormwater cost, so that we can kind of understand those numbers before we go talk to county. But that would be if they're open and amenable to a partnership, those would be the first kinds of conversations we need to have, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, and again, is this for I assume it's for the Main Street project we had bids for at the last meeting from Third to the bridge.
Well,
Is that what we're talking, or are we going to go,
We had
fourth
bids for
down?
part of it. So the asphalt was basically the main thing we had a bid for. And I had prices for the storm sewer pipe, basically the materials. But we don't have much more than that.
and the work on Dustin, the work on the road, was that like a mill and overlay? Okay.
It's a 4-inch mill and fill, and I believe they were about 45 to 50 on one and 40 to 45 on the other side was our bids. Plus about 60,000 for the sewer or stormwater piping and materials. So those are just the two first numbers you can really kind of add up.
Right. And
There's gonna be more.
I don't know that, so that KDOT local match program will cover up to $1.5 million I mean, that's the max that you can apply for, right? So I'm not an engineer, I told you guys that before, I just play one on TV. We need the engineers to talk about the cost, because to like do a mill and overlay, Dustin has the cost. But I don't know that that amount of 1.5 million, I don't know what that would cover in terms of the type of rehabilitation we could do to the street.
Right.
So I don't know if it would just cover a mill and overlay, or if we could do maybe a more deep rehab and kind of get to your road bed but those are conversations for the engineer, so I'm not gonna get ahead of myself.
Well, that would be my next question. If this is something we were gonna pursue, would it be beneficial, and this kind of more directed towards probably Dustin, to wait on that mill and overlay project if this is something we're looking at doing
Yes, we
Say,
would want,
next
we would
year?
want to time those two together. For sure.
Because I mean, I don't want to throw, $80,000 in mill and overlay just to have it tore up next year for,
That's why we didn't approve that one. till
Right.
last meeting.
Yeah, and those are good questions and smart thoughts on how to go about that.
Is there a chance to get our name in the pot this year so that there's better chance next year?
Well,
Or
and
it's too out of the question?
so what I wanted to do was have this conversation with you guys and get some direction from you. And then go back and ask that question of our funding team. Like understanding, especially with the cost share program, that we're seeing grantees that get awarded apply multiple years in a row. Like, should we just go ahead and put together a quick estimate, get in that application cycle so that they start to see our name? And those are answers that I can give you after you guys.
In the
give me
past
some
projects that, since I've been on, past projects, you've always kind of mentioned it's better to try to go for more. And maybe take less, right? So to like just think about doing the whole project.
Well, so we would have to, on the cost share, remember it's 1.5 million max that we can apply for.
Yeah.
So in order to talk intelligently about what you just asked me, I think we would have to understand what those estimates are. We don't have estimates for you. I mean, Dustin has estimates for repair work, but the engineering estimates to do a complete rehab like that.
Yeah.
Because
You were just asking on which direction on what we want to do. And
Yeah,
I said
and-
go for big, get more money, win the grant.
well, not only, then my other question will be, so who goes to the county to see if they would onboard in partnership with?
that's a conversation that we all need to have tonight. Our team is happy to support in that conversation, but we don't have the connections. So I'm assuming Dustin has a connection that he works with at the county, and perhaps that's the first conversation that we have at that staff level and see. But we've also kind of batted around in-house in preparation for this meeting. You guys know better than us. Is that a better conversation to start with your county commissioner and perhaps the mayor and a council member meet first? I don't know. You guys give us some direction, and whichever you feel is the best approach, whether we start at the staff level or we start at the elected official level, we're happy to support you all in those conversations.
So what would it take, action or money wise, to get preliminary numbers on something like that? You said engineers need to talk to engineers.
So to get an estimate for the corridor,
Sure.
rehab that we're talking about, if we're gonna go after cost share, we would need to do a task order. You guys would need to direct us to give you an estimate. We would come back with a price. Here's what it'll cost for our engineers to pull together a solid estimate that we can use for a grant application. And then you guys tell us, yep, we like it, go, we'll sign it, proceed, go do that work and get us a cost. Or no, we don't like it, so.
What's the cost of that estimate, that work?
That, I'm gonna have to talk, that's the part where I have to talk to the engineers. I don't know how many hours it will take them to pull together an
We
estimate.
do,
I see.
if we do a motion, or you guys do a motion as approved, for her to go and get an
price.
engineer to get a price of what they would estimate to shoot the project cost.
Well,
So,
no, I guess what I mean to say is there's a cost of the actual project, and then there's a cost of getting the estimate of the project.
She'd have,
Typically with
That's the-
engineers,
she'd
so-
have to be directed by you guys through a motion to go get those prices from the engineer. To see
Yeah.
what
Oh,
they'll
okay.
cost to get the price of the project.
Yeah,
Okay.
your direction to me would be to say, hey, go back and talk to the engineers and see what it would cost the city for them to put an estimate together, a solid estimate,
right,
not just a, rough estimate.
right, because honestly, if the project is gonna be more than 1.5, more than 2 million, I mean, our cost could be anywhere upwards of 375,000.
Right, if
So
you're-
anywhere north of 1.5, we would have to cover the cost completely 100% or get other grants. So if it's north of that 1.5, I don't know if it's gonna be worth talking to his connections.
right, I got you.
Because I'm not sure
The city's in the
if
position.
we would even be able to do the cost share.
Well, if you guys feel it's best to direct her to have an engineer shoot a price on what it would cost for them to get the project price, then we just need a motion and a vote.
Which, hold up one second, did we talk about? The PER was preliminary engineering report was only for
That
the
was for the
Kansas Water
stormwater.
Office. Yeah, okay, sorry, sorry,
There you go.
sidebar.
I make a motion that we have Sasha from JEO go to the engineers to find out the cost of getting the estimate of the cost of the cost share.
Motion's been made by Holly. Who seconds, sir? Second by Ron. Any further discussion?
Just know that typically they don't come back with, we think it'd be this much. They engineers generally come back and say, we're gonna have to put time in it, so you're gonna have to pay us this amount.
I
Yeah,
work
that's
with
what I'm
engineers
gonna
to
bring
get
it.
it.
So.
Yeah.
So yeah, what we're looking at is just for them to put a cost together
Right,
could cost us $2,000.
Right,
Ain't
that's
going
what-
nowhere.
that's what I'm saying, I wanna know how much it's going to
But-
cost us, hold on, please. I wanna know how much it's going to cost us for them to put that cost together, before we even pay that, I wanna know how much it's gonna
Yeah.
cost.
So that's what the motion is.
I work with engineers, so I mean, I kinda get it.
I'll bring you guys back, well, what I'll probably do is
Gotta vote.
send her a draft task order that
Did-
says, here's what it costs and here's a
Sure.
description of what we'll do for that amount.
Sure, okay,
Was there any other discussion?
No, I was just gonna say, I agree with Holly. I think that's the step we need to take. I get that, we may spend $2,000 and not do anything. Then again, we may spend $2,000 and find out it's only gonna cost us $900,000 to do this entire project.
Well, then,
Then
Right.
we're not gonna spend the, money for the over.
all in
it
favor?
could be south of 1.5.
We're still having
Okay.
discussion.
He was repeating.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I wanted to rebuttal what he was
Okay.
saying. And now I kind of lost my train. Yeah, we could go nowhere on this.
I understand that,
And
but I think it's worth the cost.
You're right, no, you're right, Chad, it could go nowhere.
the thing is they're gonna come back next meeting with a cost that we're gonna have to approve.
Or not,
Oh,
because if they come back with, it's gonna cost this much to even put the preliminary figures together, if it's something that kind of, I'll say rubs us the wrong way, we don't have to approve that.
No, I understand it,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying, in a matter of time, they're gonna have to be approved at the next meeting for the cost to get us a cost.
Right, I understand,
And to move on with that, we're into September. We're not hitting September 24th if we take action tonight.
Well,
And
she
that's-
already
that's
said we're
fine.
probably not gonna get into
It may be
this year's.
2020.
Right,
27.
so we don't need to rush this. We
right,
can get a lot more information. We can talk to the county before we move on to spend any money.
Well, from my perspective, we're not making a vote, taking a vote to whether or not we're spending money. We're taking a vote to have her go back to have the engineers get a proposal to let us know what it's going to cost to do the
The estimate,
The estimate.
an estimate of the estimate,
Yeah,
I'm
the
sorry.
estimate
There's
is where
got-
they
To what-
actually spend their hours going out to do
Okay.
that.
To what Chad's saying though, flipping it to the other side, if the county is not willing to match or do the 25%, then we would have to cover the whole 25%, being 375,000, which is quite a bit. So why don't we just do both? Why don't we have Dustin talk to them and JEO get the cost of the cost? Because I do understand it from your perspective.
Well, Dustin's not gonna get far where he's going,
Yeah.
because they're gonna have to take it to the commissioners.
Yeah,
We're
no.
better off if we approach the commissioners,
Yeah, I agree with that.
mayor or council or whatever,
Okay, so in the next 2
because
weeks.
they're the ones that make that decision.
Sure. So in the next 2 weeks, could one of us, the mayor, possibly go talk to the commissioner and see if that's even a plausible scenario?
Sure.
Yeah,
Can I ask a question?
sure, shoot.
I just wondered, Councilmember Nick, if that conversation wouldn't be more fruitful if they knew the cost.
I was just gonna say the
Yeah.
exact
You know
same
what I
thing.
mean? If I
we-
was in their shoes.
If we had it, like,
I have
Hey,
no
this is-
problem giving
this is,
giving
this is
them our
what we have.
intentions.
Yeah,
I have no problem giving them our intentions.
Yeah.
I mean, they may rebuttal it right there and say, whoa, that street's fine.
Don't even get an estimate.
Don't even bother us.
Have you run into that a lot? Have you run into the cost share where the county or the other party doesn't want to pay their, or doesn't want to give for improvements? And how many times do you run into that? Possibly a percentage.
You know, in terms of the amount of times that we've maybe applied for a cost share
Sure.
with a joint partnership like that, I can't answer that question. I can't answer that
Is
question.
it-
I could talk to you about previous professional experience and
Sure.
it was about 50-50. I had a county on each side. I got along great with one. The other one, we found it very difficult to work with. So, but that's not what you're asking. I can't answer your question on how many times have we applied for the KDOT cost share or intended to and had a county come back and say, no, I'm not doing that. You know,
I see.
I can't answer that.
To bring it back to the motion in a second, is there any further discussion about the motion? No further discussion, all in favor? Alright, all opposed? So we got 4 in favor, Chad opposed, majority in favor, motion carried. Carbondale Lions Club? Good evening.
Carbondale Lions Club would like to have the annual fall festival on Saturday, September 26th. We would like to have it in the park, the entire day in the park, except the parade, of course. And that is all contingent on if the park is done. I guess we really wanna solidify that date is still gonna be okay. It's always the last Saturday of September is what it has been.
I do believe at the last meeting, I don't think you were
No,
here. I do believe the last meeting, we approved both plans contingent on your guys'
On that
decision.
Yeah.
The location and everything with the road closures for both, or for whichever one.
okay,
We didn't discuss the band or anything at the last one.
okay. Steve Kyle is the band that will be coming in. We know that the music has to be done in the north side of the park. There's no live music,
Right, no dancing.
no dancing on the south side of the park. There's that footloose clause somewhere, so. But he's coming and he is $2,100. Historically, the city's donation to that has covered the band plus some kid activities, either a balloon artist, face paint, or something like that. So that's what we were coming to ask.
What did we give last year?
25.
Gotcha. Any discussion? Otherwise, if anyone wants to make a motion or action to donate 2,500 or whatever you choose in your motion.
I move that the city donate $2,500 to the Lions Club to help cover costs for Fun Fest or Fall Festival.
Second.
Motion made by John, second by Ron. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All in favor, motion carried.
Thank you very much, and I'll just do monthly updates.
Yeah.
Okay, who do you, where do you want us to send the check? Do you want us to take it over to Heather?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Dustin? Maintenance. So street bids first. Start out, yeah. Who we approved at the last meeting, raised their prices and then when they were contacted again, backed out. So,
So you have two updated street bids there in front of you. So those are the only two that have submitted, that wanna stay in the running. One of them, I believe it's updated, the other one did not change.
Yes, Pro Seals was updated from 2025 bid. I think a couple thousand more.
2770.
There you go.
But I was looking at the two and comparing them, the actual asphalt rejuvenator application, part of the bid actually went down a couple thousand, but then the bid from a year ago, they didn't have traffic control and residential notification. I was talking to Dustin about that earlier today. He said they'll kind of put up their own barricades and stuff where needed. But then they will also go around and put like door hangers and stuff on doors to let residents know that, you know, this street's gonna be closed from 8 to 4 or whatever for, and so the city won't have to worry about doing any of that.
do we know what numbers changed here?
So was Kansas Asphalt, they raised the price and back out?
Yeah.
So this
Yeah,
one-
they wanted the whole project, so they tacked on a mobilization fee. Because they didn't get the whole project.
I see.
And so the mobilization fee raised them, what was
It
another,
was significant.
yeah,
They originally said one and then they came back with another.
I see.
So this one is gonna be your number.
Oh,
And
okay.
then that's 82.
Okay, so this one is the Sunflower Pavings, in at the 82,000
Yeah,
54.50.
and that was the next,
That would be the next one.
yeah,
And then the, what is this, APAC?
93, 260, 350.
They
Or
actually,
202,
It's
yeah.
105.
they went up
128.
to, yeah, they're 105, 128.
Oh, 105, what was it?
105, 128, 14.
Look at those.
This one did not change.
And then what was Bettis? Did Bettis stay the same?
This is the
They didn't,
original.
these are the only two that
Sunflower
are
Sunflower is the
listed.
original.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
see.
think Sunflower stayed the same, didn't they?
Yes.
Okay, I make a motion, we approve the bid for Sunflower at $82,054.50.
Motion's been made by Holly, second by John. Any further discussion?
Where's our treasurer at on this?
He made a note on here. Fine with numbers.
It's a lot. It's doable. It's not ideal, but it can happen. And Kansas has been rough for quite some time.
Yeah, we've been putting it off for a long time.
Kansas needs some love.
About as long as I've been on council, so.
I don't know if it's. Well, we can finish this motion first.
Kind of turned to me like we have plenty of money, but he would have liked to save more for these future projects, but
Yep.
we need them.
So, okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All in favor, motion carried,
So
for Sunflower.
it is possible to do Pro Seal and Sunflower. I don't know if we can, with Pro Seal, can we choose select streets and do, I don't know where Pro Seal's at on it, but
You
if we
said,
do, maybe not to exceed the 50,942, then it would give Dustin time to work with them and see if maybe some streets are more important or higher need, or we can just do the whole thing.
Cause we approved up to how much on the last meeting on the pro seal?
We approved the initial bid of 48,172 a quarter.
I got you.
But
What
that
was
bid
it,
was-
2025?
Yeah, that bid was in 2025.
Yeah.
And so he went back and they redid the bid. That's what I was saying earlier.
The 2070 or something. you said?
Yeah, it's a difference in 2070, but in the bid in last year, they didn't have this traffic control and residential notification. So that's $2,600, which is basically about what it went up. The reclaimant and asphalt rejuvenator application actually went down.
With doing the Pro Seal and Kansas, will there be a big street project next year that you foresee needing to happen, or that's gonna cover a lot of the little areas?
It's gonna cover a lot of the roads that are in good shape, not the roads that are in bad shape. So
Or
we'll have
protecting
plenty of
what we
stuff
have?
that we'll do, but this is the preventative maintenance. It adds the flexibility back into the year-old to 5-year-old streets. So we're protecting what we spent money on with that one. But we have plenty of other streets that need asphalt done. We'll just have to pick and choose along with the possible project here. So Lawrence is one that needs redone. There's Oak Osborne is another one. So we've got a lot of these streets good, but that streets need some more work.
And the new development will be done by then, hopefully, so they're not tearing them up anymore.
But that's like, what, 133,000 over 150 normally, so still some carryover, just not as much as we want.
That still doesn't include the minor repairs that you were doing.
Yeah.
So,
And we have a few patches we need to make.
plus equipment to do those.
My question is on this one that they had from a year ago, it has a map of the roads and stuff. Those are still the roads that the plan
That's
on.
still the same roads that we.
Just making sure.
So are they're the same roads, same stuff that's getting done to the same roads a year later? Is that something that needs to be done every year?
No, not, application not a year later, there's the same roads that they drew up that could be applied to a year ago.
We did do it
2025, when they
last
gave us the bid, so they bid us the same roads. It's a 5-year product is what they claim, but it could last longer.
Oh,
It
so
basically soaks in a 1/2 inch, they need to be at least 3/8, but it's every 5 years you could reapply.
so it just didn't get approved last year?
I think is what it was. I don't think there was any action on those on this
Yeah, I
last
don't
year.
recall what we did other streets, but
I think it's because the other streets we chose last year ate up the whole budget, like to the penny.
But it's the most bang for your buck. It's about $1 a square yard, whereas chip and seal's $3 to $5 a square yard, and then overlays $12 a square yard. So we're protecting our $12 a square yard with $1, basically. Fix cracks.
I make a motion, we approve the Pro Seal Inc. bid not to exceed $50,942.20.
Second.
Motion been made by Holly, second by John. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor? All in favor? Motion carried.
Signs. I need to buy some signs, so I need more than a couple. So,
Stuff that we're throwing everywhere.
So, speed limit signs, 24 of the 20 mile per hour. That is our most prevalent sign in town. And 24 probably won't replace all of them, but it's a good start. All of them are 1824, except for the no parking sign.
That's for the front of City Hall.
I got 6 handicap parking signs because they've been stolen around town. I don't know what makes them do that, but we need some of those, and I got 4 each of 5 mile per hour and 30 mile per hour because we don't have that many of those, but they're rough. And like I said, this won't do all of our signs that need replaced, but it's a good start. to get get some going.
Yeah, this one's nearly half price.
And I believe Dustin goes and picks those ones up, so we won't have shipping charges.
Correct.
Oh, that's good.
Ottawa, it's not their fault.
So it will be about half price.
Well, I'm not aware every day, if you let me know that they're done, I can, and let me know where I need to go, I can pick them up. Cause I'm,
National Sign is where it is.
I mean, I'm
Right off
I'm down there
35.
every day, Tuesday through Friday, I get off at 3:00.
Yeah.
So I could pick them up if need be, throw them back in my car.
Is that money sitting in the budget?
Yeah.
Yeah. I make a motion, we approve the National Sign Company LLC quote not to exceed $1,376.05.
Second. Motion's been made by Holly and seconded by Ron. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All in favor, motion carried.
Next item, I don't know if you have a copy of it or not. Should say emergency fire equipment.
Maybe not.
Okay. I can bring it up for you guys. This, I've been talking with Ken Buckles, fire chief. So here you pass it around. The old siren that is ours, by the park, is basically obsolete. We bought 2 brand new batteries and it is functioning currently, but it's in a state of obsolescence that it just needs replaced, is his recommendation. And that looks like just under $10,000 to replace the whole box and run 4 amps instead of 5. So it's siren only, no vocal, and it'd have to have a new radio that's about $2,600 and everything. So you could reliably have 2 sirens going, because the one on West Side is ours and the fire department has the one right next to the department. So I don't think Ken was still thinking about moving it. He had talked to me about location. Maybe there'd be a better location to hit more of the town since we're kind of spreading west. But I think this bid is basically reusing that pole and most of our unit.
That was a good question before we put money into the location, because I know where we're at on Main Street, if the wind's blowing just right, that thing can go off and I can't hear it outside.
When we talked about it briefly, I had brought up that we have a lift station right up there on the west side of town on Osborne that we could probably relocate to if that was how the council and everybody went with it. And that would hit that way. Right now, it's kind of down low, whereas if it was up top, it would still, you'd still hear it at the corner. I asked him to give me some numbers, so he got me some numbers.
Relocate the siren to Westville.
That's not what that bid is.
Yeah.
That's a bid just to replace it where it sits currently. If we wanted to have a conversation about relocating it, Ken would be up for it, I'm sure.
I'd be afraid if we relocated it, the east side wouldn't hear it. Cause I mean, if it's in the middle of town.
It's closer.
The one, well, by the
By the station, you
by
can
the
hear it.
station, I mean,
Yeah.
would cover pretty much this side of town.
If I'm outside of my house, I can hear the fire station siren going off. at
It
6
gets a
o'clock.
little sketchy when you get over the hill to hear it. Like your house, it wasn't working, so about 2-3 weeks ago, I think it was, we started getting it to work again. So if you heard the siren last month, you
Yeah,
were
I can hear
hearing,
it inside my house.
yeah, you're hearing the one down by the station then. Now, the other, they both work. But it basically, it'll carry that sound wave the same height as that speaker until it hits enough resistance, and it's just gonna start getting broken apart. So putting it up higher and more towards west side would make sense. What that entails, I do not know.
Can you get us some, I'm not saying it doesn't need to be replaced, but I mean, if we're gonna replace it, I would rather, me personally, would rather replace it and relocate instead of replacing it and then 6 months down the road, oh, we need to move this.
I think getting some numbers
If we
to
get
see
some numbers,
what it would cost
Right.
to relocate it as well, I mean, would be.
And that may, I
If
don't know
we
if they'll
did-
reuse everything, like, if you move that stuff, maybe it'll break, so
Right.
that may be a factor.
So we had two.
If we purchase this now to have it operational, would that move with it
I would
likely?
think so.
So
I
we
would
could
really
do
think
this now to have it fully operational.
But it's currently operational.
It's currently operational,
It is,
the batteries won't charge. So.
So
you
we
go
still
through all
have a
this and
chance that it
find
may
a
not
12-volt battery charger and then other capacitors and amplifiers and stuff are, he said it's just a mess in there and everything. You can't get those parts anymore. So it's probably wise just to replace it right now. And like you said, you could install it on the current location and then find out.
because then we could even discuss, do we just add another one?
Is there two right now? I didn't know there's two.
There's one at the fire station and there's one at the park.
The one at the park
lines?
hasn't been working for a while.
Oh, really?
And even when it does, we can't hear it up the, like where we are, you can't hear it.
You get a strong southwest wind and I'm in my backyard and it goes off, I can't hear it. And that may just be me and my age and my hearing, but
Well, we were gonna say that, but
So we have a
You
lift
said
station,
it.
we have a lift station that's fenced in right up there, so we wouldn't
Yeah.
even need to fence anything in. It has power. You would definitely need a bigger pole. We don't have that pole. But I would think that, I don't know, Mark with Evergy would help us out or something, but I'll see what we can find out. But
Yeah, what if
I
we,
would imagine we put the same stuff on the new pole regardless.
yeah, what if we just got a new one and just put it on the very west end of town? That way, if we expand, when we expand further west, it's covered for years. I don't know.
I can find out how much it would cost to move it.
Or relocate, yeah.
That's what you want.
Sure,
Oh,
shoot.
I recognize, okay. I knew I talked about the mayor recognized me.
Sorry.
When you're talking about this, I think KDM has some grants that you can use for this kind of thing. If you want us to just kind of ask and find out what they
Could
have.
probably have them look at that and see what they know too.
I mean, we can just do it while we're,
No cost for us to find out about the
yeah.
program.
We'll
KDM
just
does
ask
have a
them.
program for sirens.
Free money's free money.
Yeah. I
We'll
mean,
find out
honestly,
and send it
Sure.
to
if it's available.
Emily
as
and
well.
Justin.
With this one being possibly sporadic and not charging though, do we want to still entertain the idea of at least replacing it? For now. It's for the safety of the town.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be good.
I'd be good with that too. How much was it?
600.
Well, the total is 95, 89, 30. Almost 10,000.
But if we do move it and don't have a pole there, that stuff would go with it, so we wouldn't have to purchase all the others. You know.
See,
Yeah.
you're saying that it was just the batteries that weren't charging, right?
There's a lot of other stuff in there.
Okay, I was gonna say,
You
is
said it's
something
on
that we
off
can
before
just replace the battery part of it?
Already replaced batteries.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
They're not charging.
We would use those batteries for this, because they're not included in it. We already bought 2 new ones.
I thought you were saying that the batteries themselves.
They were from 2013
bad.
and they were zapped right out the gate, so that was the first thing. Put new batteries in, and then we made sound.
But there's grants available to fix that kind of stuff?
So, KDM offers, grant funds for sirens. I'm trying to figure out what their application cycle looks like. A lot of their funding comes from disaster set aside. So I need to, but that's a question that we can ask of our funding team first thing tomorrow and get Emily the information as quickly as we can. I don't know when those applications open up. It does generally require a small local match, like 25%. And if you do work, it won't pay for anything that you've done before the grant is awarded. So if you replace it, it wouldn't be eligible. So, but I'm not telling you not to replace it. I'm not telling you that.
Would FEMA do anything with this? Or they
This
just
is
have it?
FEMA pass-through money
Oh,
that I'm
FEMA
talking
is
about.
using it. I
And
got
yeah,
you.
it's
Okay.
FEMA money.
Okay.
That's why you can't do anything before they approve
Well,
your,
we
because
could
they don't.
potentially look at that for adding a third siren.
That's what I was just
Part of
gonna
it.
say.
well, and keep in mind, we're now talking about houses going further down the highway, and so do we need to talk about one on
East side.
east
Oh,
side?
yeah.
Yeah,
By
Maybe move
Take
that
the
one up
work,
the
maybe.
hill, one to the east, and we still got the one downtown, and then we'd have three.
Right.
We'd more than cover the town.
Yeah, it's fairly inexpensive for making an annoying sound that keeps your public aware, you know?
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
question
this
I
is-
was thinking the same thing on the east side, I mean, if we're gonna have.
Cause they're further away, they're gonna be further away in those new townhomes when they get developed than I am. And I
Yeah.
have troubles hearing it, so,
Well, they're gonna be down in the valley too, cause it's gonna go down.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah, so.
so we need everything, cabinet, radio, freight,
Do we
Right.
have that 10,000?
so we need that 9,005
We need that times two.
We do have that available.
out right now.
Well, I mean,
You can put
We're
it
gonna do
contingent
one.
on
We're
talking
gonna
with the
replace the one
treasurer, but I don't think that'll be any
but-
problem.
And then
I
it
was
was,
just saying in encompassing.
right, but potentially, but what we're talking about doing is
I know.
buying this one,
Yeah.
replacing one of the roof right now. If we decide to move it, this will move, all this will move up on the top of the hill.
And then we'll have
And
more
then if we get
information.
a grant, we could possibly get a grant to get another one to put on the east side now.
So that
So-
10,000 is to move it as well.
No, it wouldn't
No,
cost, no,
Just to replace.
That's
it.
just to replace.
I see.
but we're not gonna have that 10,000 when we move it, you're just gonna have the labor, whatever it costs to move it, put in a new pole and whatnot.
It's a decent looking pole, so I think if I can sweet talk Mark, it might not cost a lot. But I don't know what he's comfortable doing.
Right.
Just out of curiosity, do you know what the distance one siren is supposed to cover?
I do not, but I can look it up.
I bet Mike knows.
This 1,600 watts is what the amplifiers
treasure.
are putting out. Like, there's a lot of variables. It's a higher frequency, so it'll carry further, but it should be a couple of miles, I would think, in an open area, but we're in the valley kind of area, so that we shorten it up.
Is it tornado season right now?
No, but we've had them as late as October.
Yeah.
So,
It can happen, Lee. It can happen.
Could potentially be a liability for the city if it's not operational.
Yeah,
yes.
I agree.
And that 10,000 be a lot less than the liability coverage.
I make a motion that we have Dustin order the siren, cost not to exceed $9,589.30.
Second.
Motion made by John, second by Ron. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All in favor, motion carried.
Dustin, back.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was looking for
There you go, sir.
Ron,
it. And one last thing, we need new scales at the water plant, and I've only got one price, it was $1,590, something like that. I'm gonna wait to hear back from Hawkins to see what his price is, it's our chemical dealer. So he said he'd give me a price tomorrow, but we'll be fine until the next meeting, but wouldn't hurt if we had new ones, because ours don't read right now. It's a guess, so. We'll wait until one pops and then wait a couple of days and we'll take it and change it, so. Just a heads up, that probably 1,500 to 2,000 would be the ballpark.
Could they do not to exceed 2,000 and then go with the lowest bid? And then you, or mayor approve? That way you can get it before the next meeting.
What's it for?
It's for the chlorine, the 150-pound chlorine cylinders. You set two of them on the scale and you chain them to the scale. And it has a readout up top. Ours will not zero. We can't tear the bottle away and make it say 150. It says like negative 455, and that's not right. So we're basically guessing what, if they're empty or not. And that's not ideal. But they're not cheap either. Like I said, they're a couple $1,000. So.
And you said you have one bid for roughly about 1,500.
I seen one at USA Blue Book in stock for 1,500 and change, but I haven't heard back from Hawkins. I got a hold of him this afternoon, and he said he'd give me a price tomorrow.
you need how many?
Just one
Just,
scale.
okay, I thought you said scales, so I thought you did more than one.
Yeah, the one scale holds two bottles, so it is two in one.
I'll make a motion that we, approve Dustin to get a new scale, not to exceed the price of $2,000. And if he gets a bid in from Hockey or whoever, and it's more than that, then he seeks mayor approval, because we have to have them.
Motion's been made by John. Second by Chad. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All in favor, motion carried.
Ready.
Anybody have anything for Dustin?
I have a question, just out of curiosity, Dustin, down here on the corner of Third and Wells, sits that trailer. Do you know if that's vacant or?
I don't think so, but I couldn't tell you 100% sure.
Okay, as I was driving around town today, I don't know if Chief noticed it or not when he's driving around. School's getting ready to start and kids are gonna be trying to traverse that sidewalk and stuff, to try to get back for school, and that grass and lawn is way overgrown. And I don't know if I didn't know if it was vacant or not. We need to go down and take care of that and send a bill to whoever the register is.
I think we've attempted to reach out to, one of the families, and I believe, one of the officers went out. I don't know the outcome of it, to knock on the door.
So I just know that it's, I mean, extremely overgrown.
Yeah, it's a lot of Johnson grass too, which is
Yeah.
noxious weed. We got plenty of it on city property too. It's hard to get rid of it.
So I just wanted to ask if you knew, or, see what the city, the council thought about it, because like I
Maybe we
said,
can see
school's
if
getting ready to
Chief can
start
look
here in
into
a
that.
couple of weeks.
Chief?
What
We
was
gonna
that?
knock on a door and see?
Yeah, we can do that, follow up again, like I say, I don't know which officer went.
I got you.
Okay, so, but yeah, I don't mind that.
You might go,
I believe Driscoll went out already, or was gonna attempt to.
and I don't know about at the house just west of that, either the yellow,
There was 2 addresses.
so.
Anything else for Dustin? Thank you, Dustin. Have a great evening.
You as well.
Chief?
Okay, council. I need to make a correction from last meeting. I mentioned that the rifle rack, shotgun rifle racks and patrol cars were electronic. I hadn't been in the patrol cars at that point. A former officer from now with Osage City, Justin Kreschel, stopped in, talked to one of our younger guys and said, hey, the electronic push buttons are here. So the good thing is, we're not have to worry about new racks. Was talking about that the other day. They still need to be moved where they're accessible, but I wanted to make that correction from last time when I spoke. When we were talking about that the other day here at City Hall, one of our friends at the maintenance barn says, I think we have a rack down here too. And I said, bring that up to us. So we, they got something out of their way, and we have another rack here that we can get in one of the vehicles that's needed. So there's my correction on that. And I, like I said, just haven't been in the vehicles, but I have found them, and we're good. We are moving the department forward. Still playing cleanup. I now have access in my computer. It's been added into our server. I also have access to my email and then email from previous chief, and I'm working through the 1,700 and some emails that were there. I have requested a meeting with our IT. I'm getting ready to request a meeting with Data Pilot. I think it's Data Pilot, where we have some shared files, and then Axon, so I know exactly what we've got in place and what we need to do to make sure that we're secure. So, we already kind of talked about the Facebook thing. So, last Friday we had Cram the Cruiser. That went very well. Sheriff's Department sent out 2 of their SROs. Officer Driscoll and I attended that. I can't say enough thanks to the library and how much she had. I'm going to send Emily some photos so she can try to post those. The library really went above and beyond and had tons of stuff. I think last year she said they served 135 kids, and this year they're hoping to serve more. So
I did. I went down on Saturday, and when I was down there, and they was getting ready to clean up 12:15, 12:30-ish. and they'd had 110
Wow, okay, so.
come through at that point in time.
We had about a dozen people stop in there the evening, the 2 hours that we were there, so it was a very good event. Like I said, it was good to have Sheriff's Department involved, and the library did an amazing job. Also last week, the new officers and I went down to the county, met the county attorney. She took time out of her day so she could meet and give them some advice. We also went up to the district court. He got to meet them. Know where to go. They got to meet the judge. So learning lesson there. We also went to the sheriff's department, and I have to thank Sheriff Wells and Under Sheriff Brenner. They took time out of their extremely busy schedules to meet with our officers, show them around their facility, and what they need to do when they transport prisoners in, where they go, what's required when they get there, what's required before they leave. So we have to have all arrest reports done on site before we leave that jail facility. We got to see the new communication center. Communications is for all of Osage County. It's not a sheriff's department thing. It's under their budget, but it is for all of us that we pay for. So, like I said, they did take quite a bit of time. Our officers learned a lot. I learned a lot. And so I just wanted you all to know that they did a really good job. We have more training coming up this week. Officers will be riding with KHP. Next week, City of Carbondale will be involved in Osage County Night Out. That will be out of Osage City. That has grown from the National Night Out to kind of Osage County doing their own thing. And it's a big event. So we got invited to that, and I'm gonna make sure we go. I told the sheriff, I said, fun fact, as far as we know, the first national night out we did in Osage County was done right here in Carbondale, back when I was chief. We had Overbrook and Scranton involved, fire, police, fire, sheriff's department, highway patrol all came then as well. And it was a pretty big event. We had a pool party out there and food. So it went over. That was back in 2010. And I don't know if they ever continued it after that. But we at least started. We will be attending training with the county attorney. In fact, it'll be a training put on by the county attorney's office in Osage City the following week. And then we'll have shifts. We're starting to work out shifts when they'll be able to do further training with our communication center, deputies, etc. So we're making some gains there. This week, I'd asked the mayor, we had crammed the trunk on Friday. Jordan Hill used to work for the city, does detail work. Our vehicles are dirty. I got permission, the mayor allowed us to get the black Durango detailed. Jordan did a great job. He even went ahead and washed and kind of waxed the outside. To have a full detail on the inside, it's $250 to do inside and outside, and have a ceramic coating placed on. It takes a couple hours to cure to protect the vehicle and paint. That's $450 total. The mayor did approve the inside. Jordan went ahead and waxed the outside for us because he knew we had the event on Friday, and he also wanted you all to see what that vehicle looked like, which almost looks like new. So I wanted to thank him, let you guys know I would ask that we can go ahead and get at least the interior work done on the other vehicles to get them back into a clean condition where the officers they're assigned to will have to keep them up. And I think that's what we've been lacking is accountability on what we've got going. So let you all think about that. If you want, it's within the mayor can kind of give us the approval or not, but if you guys have any feedback, I'd be happy to answer that. We did have so we had the gray Durango in the shop again. We had over $3,000 estimate here. I did ask for a second opinion. Thank you. $3,353.32 was the estimate. I asked for a second opinion. We took the Durango to Linden, stayed in the county, so we did stay local as we could. They told us yes, all the rotors need to be replaced. That's what's got the vibration that almost shakes the car off the road. If we're going to do that, let's go ahead and change the brakes. When he gave us the estimate, he gave us what I would say better or upgraded. I want to say it's almost like I think of the name name of right now, like a carbon hardened, the rotors and the brakes. It was like $10 more per rotor or $20 for the brakes. And then this part of the estimate, there was also air compressor kit, or excuse me, AC compressor kit, condenser, things like that. Shop looked at that, said, hey, we've already had dye introduced here. We've looked over, under, and all around. We do not see any leaks. We think all we need to do is evacuate it, maybe add a half a pound of Freon in it. So their estimate was like 1,400. And the mayor said, let's go ahead and let's try to move forward with that. So that's what we did and why. If anybody says anything about it.
Basically, it didn't need half the work done. The shop here in town said it needed.
Yeah, the air conditioner part anyhow.
Yeah, the brakes here, but then you had oil change on there, which this is the one we just had all the motor work done on. So it's had oil change and tune-ups since then.
Did have that on there, and so we were able to say that as well. And we did have the Explorer in. It had a new battery. The shop here was warranted that battery out. He made a phone call down. He said that would be he could do that. I'm gonna have some things for you probably next time, but I was waiting to see if we had a new chief coming on and kind of work with a new person before I started throwing some things at you. They'll be probably not extensive, but we're gonna have some. I did get the chance to work with Emily and Michael. Got a chance to see our budget, where we're at, and there's some things we can kind of move around and do some, again, keeping that forward motion here. And then I'll just wrap up is we do have Friday night bites this week, and I'm gonna try to get down to it. So we can kind of, anybody that's down there at that can kind of meet chief. That was an Emily suggestion. I like it. So give her the credit on that. We'll try to get down and meet people. The other night, after the Cram the Cruiser, I did go over to the ice cream shop. I had my canine with me there, and we had vehicles stop in to talk. We had kids walking down the street, stop and talk, and things like that. So it was nice just to sit there and visit with the crowd or people as they would stop. And sometimes they just stopped to talk. Some of them went in and got ice cream too, because it's pretty good. So we'll try to keep looking for opportunities to meet the public. Again, you should start seeing our officers waving a little bit more, because they just kind of got to get out of that shell. And we're working on that, getting out of our cruisers and talking to people. So, anyway.
I have noticed that when they've come by my house, they do wave.
They better. So, any questions for me, council? I'll have a full report on reports and citations, things like that next meeting. I'm gonna keep it short.
As far as the details, do you want action on that tonight, or how do you want them?
I'd like to get them in as quick as possible.
You have what, 3 more, right?
Yes, and I don't know how bad the truck would be, but I mean, I know that there was a canine also here previously, so it would be nice to have it done.
I would suggest just doing it.
And I would say if on the truck, since it's newer, I would go ahead and do the ceramic coating to help protect it. I mean, if you don't think the older ones need that, I understand, but I would at least on the truck, that way you've got a good ceramic coat, and then we'll try to keep that up. But up to you.
How much was the inside again?
Inside is 250.
And then the ceramic coating total was $450.
450.
So all 3 vehicles, ceramic coating, $1,350.
Is it?
Detail inside is $750.
Yes, sir.
Before he does the ceramic coating, can you ask him if it's an actual ceramic or if it's a ceramic wax?
I'm going to venture a guess. I will ask that, but I'm going to venture a guess it will likely be a ceramic wax. It takes 2 hours to cure, but
It's
I
not
know
full
it's
ceramic then.
brand.
Then it's a ceramic wax.
Okay.
That stuff is good for in decent. That wax is gonna last 6 months, 8 months outside. A full ceramic is good for 5 years, but you can't fix anything. As a painter, we can't get the ceramic off to be able to paint it. It's too smooth. So the ceramic wax, just understand it'll have to be redone again at the end of the winter.
It would be nice to have that going in.
It'll save a whole bunch of money.
There you go. Thank you.
Yep.
You guys wanna make any action on that?
Is that 1350 in the budget?
Do you know after?
I mean, we have it, we just move a few things around, and again, we just saved quite a bit of money on the one vehicle, so.
Yeah, you had one vehicle fixed for basically half price.
We do the interiors now.
Well, but you're getting ready to come into winter, so I mean,
Yeah,
Oh,
but we
yeah.
got time.
Yeah, we can always do the
We
interiors
can get
now
more
and then-
information on that.
Yeah, we can do
6
that.
months from now, those midwinter.
Yeah,
So we could wait till a little closer, maybe have it done then, I'm okay with that.
I think the interior probably needs to be done now.
Yeah.
I make a motion, we approve the 3 vehicles interior detail at $750.
sorry, motion made by Holly, you second, Ron, right? Second by Ron, any further discussion? All those in favor? All in favor, motion carried.
Thank you. So sorry, I got one last thing, since we brought up Fall Fest. When I was here last, we did Fall Fest, how we did that with patrol. You know, one, we were here on Main Street, you have patrol cars at both ends. We had 2 officers on roving patrol. I had 2 officers in golf carts checking all the alleys around it. And we had 1 officer moving in the car throughout the city and handling calls. And then we rotated those officers throughout the day. If I'm still here, or if I'm working with a new chief, I think we would try to do something similar, whether it be at the park or downtown. The park might be a little different. We may have 2 walking or maybe still have somebody in a golf cart or an AUTV. So, but we have had experience. Plus, again, we're having a lot of good working relationships with the SO. I know the first year I was here, the SO was here 2 or 3 times throughout the evening to just show a presence, and it kept everybody very calm. So I'm already thinking ahead on that. If you're had those questions, okay? So
And just FYI, I believe that in the past, when we've had events in the park, that the department has borrowed the quad from the rec committee.
okay, looking sure ask about that. So
Something to look into.
is it if it's a quad, so it'd be 1 person on that?
Basically, yeah.
It still gives us a roving patrol.
Yep.
Can do good. So we're already thinking about that as well. So, all right. Any other questions? Council, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Sure.
Next looks like we've got fundraiser for the Santa Fe Trails cheerleading team.
Yeah, so Caitlin reached out that she has a cheerleader that is just needing help with her uniform and everything. So she wanted to see if the council would be willing to help or donate to help with her uniform.
I called her and clarified the other day, how much she was needing. And if we did the $200, I'd get 1 full uniform, which would really help the cheer team. And we have that in our rotation budget.
I mean, if everybody's good with that, I think that'd be it.
Don't they do fundraisers?
This is the
This is their
fundraiser.
fundraiser.
Yeah, each cheerleader gets one of these. To go around and people buy the spot, they try to fill it, and that pays for the uniform.
I think she just has one that is having trouble getting donations. So that's why she brought it up to.
No, I guess I meant separate, because Raven was in cheer as well, so I was just curious. Because I know they have different fundraisers to get uniforms. I was just curious.
So I mean,
It's just junior high, high school, or both.
this I believe it's
Sure. Yeah, I'm just cool. Yeah, the high school.
I moved to donate $200 to the high school cheer team for a uniform.
Motion made by Chad, second by Barb. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All in favor, motion carried. Reimbursement for Jonathan. For lunch.
John and Dustin went to take their test.
Oh, okay.
And John paid for me.
Oh, okay, I got you. Their water test?
Yeah.
Nice.
I move we reimburse Jonathan Clark $18.79 for lunch.
Motion made by Ron, second by Barb. Any further discussion?
How long is the test?
It's, and I can't remember how long they were gone. It's like half the day that they're gone.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Alright, 4 in favor, Holly opposed, majority, votes good, motion carried. Live streaming,
I put some different, and Phil might be able to talk more on it. I put all 3 of those in there.
Yeah, yep.
The audio right now isn't the best on the live stream. It's hard to hear some. And so I'm gonna add them up with the total. Just the 189 and the 159.
Those are all the same unit.
The
Those
same,
are
okay.
3 different options to get the same unit. I looked into the setup that you guys have here at her request. It's got 6 microphones in it, but it's only built for 15 foot. So they do make external microphones for that, and each one of those is one of those microphones. But the unit's pretty old, so trying to find them, you're either gonna get old stock that's expensive or go to eBay to try and find an old stock. I think there's one in there on eBay. On the upper end, like I put the lower ends on there, on the upper end, ones that are brand new, correct from that generation, they're in the $700-800 range.
So if we updated that,
You're gonna spend a lot more money. The next, the generation after that starts off with this is a P009 from Hewlett Packard, but the company that came out with it made updated versions of an X40, X50, X70. They start off in the $3,000 to $5,000 range for the lower end ones, and they get up into the $15,000 range for the upper end ones.
wasn't that just purchased when they start the live stream?
Yep.
Technology sucks.
It may have been an old unit at that point, I don't know, but
Correct.
you can put microphone on this that would reach over here. Now, I haven't been able to find the documentation on that, so I don't know if it needs to be wired. I saw that one of them comes with a certain section of wiring, or it's Cat 5, whether that would need to be
At the time
installed.
we purchased that, we declined on the microphone because we were told that it would cover the room. But it did, there was an option, and they did have to be wired.
That's probably that microphone.
So is it just these 2 quotes? Or is there, you said there's 3, or there's 2?
I think I turned in 3 different ones, but they're all the same microphone, they're just in 3 different places.
Oh, okay.
They're 3 different prices. Was there 2 or 3 of them?
Yeah, I don't see a price on this HP one.
Oh, the HP one might have been what you guys are looking for. That may have been the actual, someone else was trying to figure out how to get this to work, and that was off of a forum that I
The
found.
delay.
That found what it was supposed to be. But whatever that part number is that's on the eBay one, that's the part number you're looking for. If you can find it cheaper, you can, but like I said, and I don't know if the eBay one works.
now my question, and I kind of brought this up to Emily, because I've had people say, you know, there's a delay. And Dustin kind of talks kind of soft, and he's talking this way, so he's not talking towards the mic. So sometimes because I've sat and watched the live stream, and you can't hear him. If Barb goes to say anything, you can't, you know, you're not gonna hear anything Barb has to say.
You can barely hear you in real life.
I can barely
And
hear
so,
myself.
You'll see like YouTubers and and people on TikTok have like a lapel mic or some mic on their hat or something. Could those be integrated with that to
That
where?
will not accept a remote mic.
Okay,
Yeah, you'd probably be looking to have to get like a switchboard and all that stuff, but.
I haven't looked into your guys's your video editing software. Like I said, this is just outside for me, but the video editing software, you may be able to put a remote mic onto that software and bypass the microphones off that thing.
And just use that for video.
You just use it for video.
I
You
see.
may be able to put mics up here that are lower cost and connect directly to the computer if the software allows you to plug into the mic on the back of your computer.
Right.
I don't know any of that.
I can't remember when we first started going into biz, when we had with the webcam, but you choose on there
Mhm.
which one, cause we did the laptop mic for a little while.
Could this be something that we might be able to bring up to Century? And maybe they might have a suggestion on a solution. Cause I mean, if we're gonna, I mean, if these mics actually work with it, maybe we look into see what a step up would cost, but I don't know if Century does that.
I think if by then we could also maybe have it filled up to it, seeing if the mic can be put on the computer software. If it makes it cheaper.
I have no problem with that. I just got a lot on my plate right now, so it's not gonna be.
Well,
for
yeah,
the
2
next-
weeks.
Would we be able to ask Century if they can check out the software, since that's kind of their job as IT?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, like all encompassing, like see
Right.
if they can figure out like
Well,
if this would work or that would work, kind of give us some options.
Right,
no action on these,
Consensus to go and check with IT.
yeah.
and then we'll hold those mics and stuff until the next meeting. Depending on what is brought up on that. Alright, Bill, you ready?
Yes.
For zoning?
First I gotta do a correction of my own, talking to Tom and talking to Osage County, emergency management, we do not have to install a storm shelter. It is not our responsibility. Every place that needs a storm shelter in Carbondale right now is grandfathered in. If the trailer parks add 1 foot, they have to fall under the current guidelines that just went into effect in July, and they will have to install a storm shelter. The new properties that Johnson is putting on the east side, they will fall underneath of it, but we're trying to work with Osage County on creative zoning to where it won't mess with their current bids. Unless council wants them to have a storm shelter up there, but there are ways around it. It's being done in the county right now, so that's where we're at on the storm shelter setup. So for now, that's off the table. I'm looking at sometime in October, November, taking the home inspection test, so I'm plugging my way through that one. Talking to Tom about some of the stuff from tonight. I'm currently using my home computer, which is also my business computer, for everything for zoning, and I'm using my own personal cell phone. And because of some of the things that are come up tonight, this stuff needs to move off of my personal stuff. Open Records Act is gonna come in, and I've got 30 years of business on my computer that is my stuff. So, I'm asking that somehow we figure out a zoning computer and a zoning phone that will go with whoever the other administrators are, whatever happens. But Tom said, this is probably should have been done a while back. So, on the same line, we have moved off of Gmail and now onto Outlook. So I can't have that on my phone just because of my business. And I have it on my personal computer right now, but all of the things that I've been doing so far as organizing the zoning setup of it and the things that haven't really been organized in the past, I'm gonna need access to the server, even the partition of it, something that's just set aside for zoning. I don't need a ton of room, but I was told we have to get it off of Gmail or Google Drive is what everything is on right now. So, at some point, I need to get in with IT and
So I would say also with Century, see if they can quote out a laptop.
Well, while you're on that, I was gonna bring this up, that, off agenda items. There was discussion at one point in time to get council members laptops and stuff. For the same reason. So that we're not using personal own, computers and stuff of that nature, should something happen. And
So we
nothing
purchased
was-
a couple recently through Kansas Surplus, and I don't believe we got those back.
What do you mean?
Kevin was working on, I believe, 2 of them. And then just over time, I think some haven't been returned.
You might wanna check with Heather at the library and see if they have any of those laptops.
Like the ones that Chad and I have.
I was gonna say, that's where laptops came in, was Heather
Cause
offered
she had
everybody. I
gotten
took
that
one.
grant.
I have one.
Most of the other
I
council
don't
members
know if she
declined.
has any left, but I would definitely check to see, cause she would have to move those off of the shelf.
So we'll look into that. Definitely looking to get and fill one.
Chad has one, you have one,
I have one.
so we need 4.
mine doesn't have to be special, like I don't need anything fast or anything fancy. Big, I just need to be able to access email on it and then
Well, you probably ought to, I mean, I don't know how many, I'm new on the block, but you know, can we get those to where it has like Microsoft Office on all of them, so if you had to.
I think it'll have to do that with Century, cause I think that's what the city's on.
So if you had to
That,
write a letter or
that
do a
also
PowerPoint or
raises
whatever.
the question with the 3 that we have. Does Century need to do something with those
Like that there.
to like, yeah, whatever they do? I will say that the one that I have, it takes forever to do anything on it, so. I don't know who had it before.
Well,
Maybe
that's-
it just needs to be updated, just bring it in and have Century. talk.
Mine's,
Yeah, it's.
I just did one
Oh.
just to have
Okay.
solely the email, so it's not on my phone.
But I don't know what their security.
Okay, I'll do some checking.
Thank you, Emily.
we do have a security thing that they put through. We're supposed to be doing training on the new guys. I've seen emails from it. I don't know if you guys get the same ones.
Alright.
It's a task that we're supposed to be doing as far as cybersecurity.
Are
So
you
I
trying-
think it-
I think that's
so
the
I
wrong
think it-
Carbondale.
Are we saying to the wrong one?
Well, no,
No.
so we called them about it, and one of them was like, oh yeah, it's good. The other one says it was a phishing email to see who would click on it and to do it because it was Carbondale, Illinois, so.
Yeah,
Oh.
I get this all the time.
Yeah, so
No,
I guess
so-
they're phishing,
Okay. Well, I haven't opened, so. Okay.
but it's just, it's our IT company sending them out to test you.
Okay. So the last thing for me tonight, do not kill the messenger. Just let me get through to the end of it, right? And then I'm gonna ask what the temperature is of the council. That's the only thing I'm looking for tonight, and that was asked of me. We have been approached by a data center that is looking to build about a 3 million square foot facility within our jurisdiction. They are looking to copy one that they have done in Wyandotte County. So I've been in contact with the Unified Government Planning Department in Wyandotte County. I've been in contact with Osage County. Osage County is currently opening up to public comments on August 26th to update the Osage County regulations as far as data centers go, which should be the letter that you guys have there from Tricia. And that is them talking about where they're going to put it in the current regulations. So Osage County, from what I understand, already has been approached by at least one developer, not the one that has contacted us, by a different one. In discussions, there are, from what I can tell, two very high profile spots in our jurisdiction that are entertaining to data center developers. This is the first one to contact, so here's what they have from Wyandotte County, which is, this is supposed to be the exact same thing, alright? So, first questions that I had for them was the size, which they say is going to be somewhere in the 3 million square foot range over a number of buildings, 4, 5, 6 buildings. I asked about water usage, because of all the videos, I've been working on this now for 2.5 weeks. The videos say that the biggest problem with data centers is water usage. Water contamination, taking water out of the local jurisdiction. The company told me that they have a new type of cooling system that is self-contained. They fill it once, they lose 2% per year. So once it's filled, they just have to top it back off. They said their biggest problem, and Wyandotte County backed this up, said once it's filled, they don't pull water anymore. Other than the biggest problem, not the biggest problem, the biggest draw that they have is that they're gonna have between 100 and 150 full-time employees at the spot. That's not construction, that's after construction. They still maintain 100 to 150 employees. The majority of those are technicians that they are trying to get from the local populace. This company is working with local colleges to train local people to have these jobs, and they said in the one that Wyandotte County, they start around 85 to 90,000 a year, and they're trying to source as many local as they can. They don't do remote, or they don't have as many remote, but they said 100 to 150 local jobs after construction. Those 150 people use more water than the 2% they lose through evaporation, just in toilets, lunches, that type of stuff. The next question that I had was power, because that's the next biggest problem that I see on all these data center videos and things. This company has to prepay Evergy to build the infrastructure on the power plant side. Wyandotte County says they haven't paid 1 penny out of pocket on anything. They built new power production plants, and then they pay for the infrastructure to the unit. And the only other thing that really comes into play is they have to upgrade the local power distribution system for the town. They have to upgrade it so that if the town goes down, they can't blame it on the data center. And that's completely out of their pocket, on their dime. Town doesn't pay for anything. The third problem with data centers is they're ugly. So they told me the location that they're at, it's mostly concealed, but they're gonna fully conceal it. So where unless you are inside the secure boundaries of it, no one should ever be able to see that it's there from ground level, from the highway, from any of that thing. Wyandotte County backed that up, said that they are building it up to where, and they said they're split along the highway. Like they have the north side and the south side, you can't see it. So those three things are the biggest problems that I had with it. And Wyandotte County backed up the claims that the company that came to us with. Wyandotte County also said that they haven't been a problem to work with, and Wyandotte County is actually entertaining 2 more. I've shown you guys the one that is going in at 77th Street, right up here. It's already been approved. Shawnee County's putting that in right across the street from from Walmart. That's approximately the size, but not the layout. that being said, I can get you the links. Shawnee County has every single study that was done. They went down and actually did sound studies from all corners of that lot to verify how loud it was going to be, because it's already concealed. I'm not sure that that one is a self-contained cooling system setup, but that setup, they have tested everything, and somebody in Shawnee County got smart and put it all online. Like, there's no hiding anything in that. That will be similar to the one that they're wanting to put in here, according to Wyandotte County. Wyandotte County did not put all of their stuff out, but they have offered to send me what they can. Let me think. All of the numbers on the one that they're wanting to build here are completely up in the air. They have located plats in our jurisdiction. The only thing that would determine whether it needs to be, was talking to Osage County, whether it would need to be zoned as, what's it called when you draw in land? When you
Annexed.
whether it would have to be annexed is determined by the source of the first fill on the water, whether it comes off of Carbondale, off the county, or whether they ship it in trucks. That's the only difference there. But it is within our jurisdiction according to Tom. And the second site, which we have, these people don't know about, no one else has discussed anything about, is also the same thing. It depends on where the water comes from the first time, because they are autonomous as far as power, they're autonomous as far as cooling. It's just a matter of when the first time it gets filled, whether it has to be annexed and be part of the city.
My question is you said there were two possible locations where.
If this is proprietary information, I've talked to Tom about it at length. We'll have to go into executive session for me to show it to you, just to maintain property values in case this happens, doesn't happen, and to make sure that we don't get ourselves in trouble.
Sure.
So I brought the information for that, and we've scheduled an executive session. If you guys want to know where it's at, if that's a determining factor, if they want to go to executive session, I can show it to you. I have shown it to Tom, I haven't shown it to anyone else. At the end of this, they're asking, what's the temperature of city council on this? There are, they say that right now they have a $4 billion budget for it secured. If you guys are not 1,000% against it, they can start getting real numbers together and bring us more information. But if that's unnecessary, then it's unnecessary.
I don't think, personally, as a council member, I don't think I'm 100% against it with all of your points, the negative points that we see on data centers and your rebuttals to them. What I'm curious about is if they do get water from the city and we annex them into the city, does that then require them to pay property taxes?
I don't know. That's what I'm here for, is questions.
Sales tax.
This is all gonna have to go through Osage County, which might also come up in their August 26th thing if they rewrite the regulations on this. So that I don't know, but if annexed.
They don't have to pay property, I mean, it'd be part of the city.
It would be part of the city at that point.
They'd have to pay
Right.
property tax.
Right, but the question that I had on that, I'm not trying to like feed you guys questions. They make a product, how would we get sales tax off of it?
See, that's my point, like.
I'm sure that there's a model out there somewhere. And
Is there a sales tax that could be attached to that?
I'm
Could we
still
increase our
working with,
revenue?
I'm still working with Wyandotte County on seeing how their model works, because obviously the first one, I don't know if they were up in the air, I don't know how that happened, but now they have 2 more in progress that apparently it worked for them. That doesn't mean it's gonna work for us, but
Right.
I can find these things out if we're interested in looking further into this. But that's the real question, is are we looking into this? Like, is this something we can entertain?
I wouldn't be for it, but that's my opinion.
I mean, I wouldn't be totally against it. I mean, it's bringing jobs to the community. It's gonna bring, you know,
What are data centers for?
They, so if this is built, the ones everywhere, if it is built, the person, or the company that is actually going to build it will then either own it and lease it or sell it. And it will go to one of the big five. Amazon, Google, Facebook, it'll go to one of them. And it will be used in all data, all of our traffic systems run through these things. Whenever you ask Siri something, it goes through these things. It's a model that just spits out answers based on, you feed it like a dictionary, right? And then when you ask it what's an alligator, it tells you what an alligator is. Well, these things, they feed them models of everything, and that model set is all the information of everything, weather patterns, physics, everything. So when something goes in, I recommend, if you guys are interested in learning this, there's videos out there that explain exactly how it works. Some of them say it in a way that makes them look bad. Other ones say it in a way that makes them look, this is just how it is. Watch a few of them. It's not intuitive how they work, but they're coming. Whether we do it or not, they're going to be here, and there's no stopping this. We don't have to have it here, but it's an opportunity, or it's not.
Right.
That's for tonight.
That's why I'm trying to look at the silver lining as far as the jobs, income, revenue.
From when I talked to in Wyandotte County, they said that they are doing as much as they can to make it local jobs. When I talked to the county, they were more like, yeah, they say there's gonna be 100 jobs, but it's actually one guy remote that's doing 15 of them, and that counts as 15 jobs. But Wyandotte County refuted that. They said, no, they're actually doing things to try and get local people trained for these jobs, and they're not $16 an hour jobs.
And Wyandotte County, the company that actually built the data centers there, or that's the company that
That's the same one that
has
contacted us.
contacted you, okay. I want to know more, for sure.
I need to be educated.
I-
Cause I could say right now where I stand, not being educated well enough to know what it's gonna be like, I'm a no.
Understood. And I didn't know nearly anything 2 weeks ago. All I knew is that when I heard data center, I know that there are people revolting against it. There's marching in the streets. People are like flat out against them. And so I have researched what I've researched on my own. I'm not giving my opinion on it, but the information is out there if you want to know how they work. For me, the contained cooling system, they started to give me numbers on how many gallons it was going to take to fill, but they don't know because they don't know how big it is. I've requested the information from Wyandotte County on how much it's going to cost to fill theirs on the first one, and we ran out of time. They had to go in for a meeting tonight, so I was actually on the phone with them at 6:05, still trying to get information on this. So I don't have all the answers, but everything that the company has told me so far, Wyandotte County backed that up on their side. So if you guys would like to see where it's at, that's executive session. Otherwise, if you guys want more information, then I will call them back tomorrow and tell them, send us everything you got.
I'd like to see where it's at, because it's just more information that we
absolutely.
can make a decision.
I'd like both. I'd like to see where it was at, and then I would like more information.
Okay. So I don't know what number it is on the executive session. Tom was supposed to be here for that part, but there is one for proprietary information.
This one?
This one with the black line.
How long do you need?
5 minutes.
Who all do you want to in there?
Council, mayor, clerk, That should do
Sasha, will you
And
hang out for a little
yourself?
bit longer?
it. And myself.
Sure. Okay, I have another question.
Happy to.
One executive session.
Use it.
That you guys.
5
5
minutes.
minutes.
He said 5 minutes.
5 minutes the most.
Alright, I move the city council to recess into executive session to discuss data relating to financial affairs or trade secrets of corporations, partnerships, trusts, and individual proprietorship. Is it still the same?
Yeah.
Okay, pursuant to KSA 75-4319B1. What, 5 minutes, the open meeting will resume in the city council room at 9:41.
Who's in it?
City council, mayor, clerk,
So now open back up into the Carbondale City Council meeting.
We're in executive session for 5 minutes and no decisions made.
Okay. Questions to take back to them? Taxes annexed. Location impact. Exact location, anything else?
I guess if it came to the city providing the initial water source, do we have to supply that water line to them? How does,
Yeah, how does that work?
you said something about trucks?
That was the joke. There's no way they're gonna move that much
Yeah,
water.
well, that's, I was gonna say, I'm trying to figure out how that's even.
I need to get with, how they're doing it in Wyandotte County. I'm not exactly sure how they're funding it the first time, but so far Wyandotte County said under no circumstances do they have any outlay of money on any of the infrastructure for any of this. What the Wyandotte County said is that their own power infrastructure is being upgraded free of cost because this is going in. So I would assume that include water, but I'll ask.
I got one, this might be a little out there. Health impacts. Like, because it's gonna generate a lot of electricity, a lot of RMFs. Is there any studies on?
The Shawnee County one has it. They have extensive. And I can send you the link, or I can post a link, or provide the link, whatever it is. Everything that was done for Osage, or for Shawnee County for the one at 77th Street covers all of that. It comes down to, I mean, they were tracking wildlife out there, seeing what it was gonna do. So, someone thought of it.
I just wanted to throw that out.
Okay, I'll do that.
That's a big thing.
But we're interested in more information.
More information and those links, if you could like get them to Emily, then Emily could disperse them to us through our email,
Will do.
so that we're just not posting links like on our
That's fine.
social media page or whatever, and get people in it up.
I ran to Linden today to go try and get some information out of Osage County, and I just found out about the studies that were done, which I have included for the Shawnee County one. So I haven't made it through all of them. I have briefly gone over them. I pulled the big ones out and gave you guys what the ones that I thought were important so far that I've looked at. But there's a lot that went into the 77th Street one before they ever, I'm assuming before they ever zoned it. They had to have all these questions answered.
Just a hypothetical, if there's a data center just south of Topeka, why does there need to be another one 10 miles just south of Topeka?
Thinking the same thing.
They're going to end up, one more is not going in Osage County. If Osage County allows it, there's going to be a lot of them in Osage County. These are, I forget the name of the town that I saw in, don't quote me on it, North Carolina. They, I think they have 17 in one county and still building. The amount of information that goes through these things is
Technology keeps
It's
growing, it
nuts.
keeps going obsolete,
they're
keeps
doing.
going new.
This is
Well, it's not dying anytime soon.
no, and the construction workers. I was watching a video on just the construction workers who are contracted with the conglomerates that are putting in multiple ones. These guys are going everywhere to do the construction. They come in for however many months. Wyandotte County did say that theirs, they're doing. Let me start word down here. How did they put it? I can't find where to put it down there, but they were doing one building 1 year and then another building the next year, getting this one up online, then the next one. And that was in their plan contingent that they did not want to do more buildings. So Wyandotte County, they said they're building however many of the buildings there are in that space, but they're not doing it all at one time. They're building one, getting it up and running, then the next one, getting it up and running. And it was over like a 5-year plan.
Is there a life expectancy on something like that?
I think that you will. I do not know. I can find out.
Like technology become obsolete.
I mean, they just keep redoing what's in it to update.
From my own background, the hardware will have to be updated. But these are essentially server racks. I've come from telephony, so I worked in a telephone server that's 3 times the size of this building, and it's just rows of racks this tall, power on top, cooling on the bottom, and in the middle there's slide out racks. When our stuff goes bad, we change out one card. We don't change out the substructure. The racks and the cooling system, the power system is always there. When they come out with a bigger, better chip, we just have to slide one out and then reprogram the whole thing to accept that one chip. I'm assuming that would be the same as these things aren't doing black magic on the inside. They're just servers.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the hardware, I would assume the hardware would get faster and less hot over time. So, but that being said, I'm speculating. I know what we did with the telephony side. Everything got faster and cheaper to run.
Anything else for Phil? Okay, Phil, do you have anything else?
Other than just whenever we can try and get some of this stuff off of my personal computer and my personal phone in the nearest future possible.
Can we add a phone line to our current plan?
I think I have a plan for him.
So we were essentially working on that already.
Good.
And so,
Good.
yeah, we were working on it. We had a thing in motion, I think, a little bit.
I'll provide her with the links for the Shawnee County one. I'll provide her with the YouTube videos and there's a city video on when they put one in or decided to put one in. I'll provide those to her. If you guys want to watch those, you want to watch whatever else you want to watch, but I'll provide to her what I've seen. So that way we'll be on the same page if we're talking about the town in North Carolina that has 17 or whatever. I'll have that ready by tomorrow.
So I'll try to stop by at some point because I don't have access to my email. And
I don't either.
I don't know if I'm willing to download that Outlook thing to make my personal phone part of city business. I don't know.
They'd be able to view it here on a computer though,
Yeah.
for the short time being until we get information on computers for them. Okay, is that an option for now?
I've actually today I actually started a new position with KDOT, and so I work 8 to 5 now.
Okay.
Next week I may be able to work a little earlier, but I'm not sure on that yet.
We'll have it available to you when we're on it.
Good.
Thanks,
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Phil. Any off agenda items to follow up?
I had a question for
Yes.
Ms. Sasha with JEO. I am currently speaking and have been speaking with a gentleman who is part of a skate bike park company based in Missouri. And I am curious if JEO would be something, or do you guys have anything available that could be some kind of grant for something like that, skate/bike park? Because we've got kids that are skating in the streets, biking in the streets, and that could be a kind of a safety issue.
Yeah, let me find out. So skate and like BMX bike park is kind of what you're.
I don't know about a BMX because we do have one a dirt,
Track.
a dirt track, yeah, just south, and it's McCain's off-road.
That's
Yeah,
for
that's for
motorized.
Motorcycle.
BMX is bicycle.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
BMX.
pedals.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Um,
yeah, so it'd be the skate BMX.
That's what y'all are talking about.
Yeah, like pump tracks and, I don't know how long of a track. It's just kind of in its starting phases right now, but I'm curious, if we could get any kind of grants for that. Spider. But,
Just say Chief's life. Saw the tree line over there.
no, it's in your life.
Let me find out.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. But anyhow.
Anything else off the agenda or call
I just had a question. If Chief does not have a phone,
I have a paperweight.
can we just kill that line and get him a new one? Is that the easiest route?
Do we wanna
I
kill
don't,
the line?
I don't
don't
know.
reuse the line, just give me a new phone.
Yeah, we,
I understand there's data on the phone possibly that you need,
yes.
that can be discussed with phone company of how to retrieve.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
iPhone or Android?
Just an iPhone.
I said you could reuse the line.
The line can't be reused, it just, that would be continue to get paperweight till we can get the law.
Yeah, but in the meantime, it gets you access to a phone that's usable, not a personal phone or anything like that. So,
Anything else? Notes and FYI. Which is pretty thick, which was.
The dam study's in there.
Okay.
We haven't. It's a lot. Just FYI, it's here if anyone wants to come in and look at it. It is back from DG.
is there a summary in it?
I haven't looked at
It's in
it.
the middle somewhere, you gotta read till you get to it. Okay,
I'll let you know next year.
anything else, notes or FYI? Bills, have they been?
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, you can Barb sign them. I make a motion to approve the bills.
Motion made by John, second by Ron, any further discussion? All those in favor? All in favor, motion carried. There's nothing else?
I make a motion to adjourn.